I always have a game at the beginning of the show to introduce my guests and the topic we're discussing. And today's game, it's called No Vacancy. So I want to ask you, how many of these would you allow to return to your home? Let's say that these dogs did something, or their pet parents did something. Would
Mhm.
there be vacancy next time around? So the first
Got it.
one is, the dog is grumpy around strangers. Is there vacancy or is there no vacancy?
Probably vacancy, just because grumpiness. I mean, we all get a little grumpy here and there. Like I have a 14-and-a-half-year-old Cocker Spaniel and he's grumpy, but he's still fine to be here. And, if they're grumpy, I can't help that if that's how they are. As long as they're getting along with others and they're safe and they're seem like they're having a decent time, then I would say vacancy.
Okay, cool. How about a dog that is a drooler and just drools all over the place?
I would say in these times, I would say yes,
Okay.
vacancy, just because, yeah, I mean, poor guy. I mean, they can't help that, and I mean, they could be anxious. So I would have to just see, on a case by case basis, because that could be a sign of anxiety. And if
Good
it
point.
is, and if I can tell that they're not happy, I would say no vacancy.
Got it. Perfect. How about a dog that seems to be in need of a bikini wax or manscaping all the time? You know
uh,
what I'm talking about.
yeah. Uh, well, if there's a lot of ifs around this. So if the client's a long-term client, you know, if the dog is a great dog and gets along with everybody, I can deal with that. I mean, it is my house though, and I'm pretty picky, but I could probably say vacancy on that.
Okay, cool. How about a dog that scoots his or her booty all over the place?
I would say vacancy, but I would also have a conversation with the client and say, this is what's going on. You may want, I mean, seriously, it could be an issue. Like they could have problems with their anal glands and they get infected and it's a bad thing.
Correct.
And I have, tile all over my house for that reason.
Yeah.
So I would say vacancy
Perfect.
on that.
Awesome. How about a dog that always sniffs you inappropriately?
Well, I would say vacancy because I'm pretty confident in my abilities to stop that.
Perfect. Okay.
I would try to help the dog not do that anymore.
Oh, awesome. Okay. How about the dog pooped on your bed the last time they were there?
I would say vacancy because that's my fault, because my rules are they don't go in my room.
Okay.
They don't have access to my room. So if they got into my room, then that's my fault. So I
Very
would
good.
probably say vacancy.
I like that. That's reasonable. How about a pet parent's dog that always waits for the last minute to book?
Mm. Um, this is it depends. So if, again, we're in a different environment now with COVID, and with my business has been the worst it's ever been this year, as I'm sure it has been for many people. And those last minute people aren't so much of a pain anymore, because for one, I don't have a lot of borders right now, and two, just my business, I need the business.
Right.
So I kind of am grateful for anything I can get at this point.
And it's more sustainable and more manageable now, since you don't have a million
Sure.
emails and requests coming in, then it's more doable, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. How about a pet parent that checks in multiple times a day during the trip and is always checking on their baby? Vacancy or
Fine.
no vacancy?
Vacancy. My goal is that they shouldn't have to do that. Like I
Okay.
like to be ahead of that, and really send them probably more than they want. So I feel like I can manage that, and because I'd be the same way. So
Good
vacancy.
point. How about a dog that humps everything in sight?
Mm, we would have a conversation with the client, and if it continues, he can't come here.
No.
Just because, no vacancy, because it could create issues between the dogs. Some dogs may not like it and may get aggressive, and then I have a big problem. So I would probably say no vacancy until that's fixed.
Agreed. I think that's a good rule. All right, last one. A dog that smells like feet.
Well, I would, again, we're in a different environment these days. I would probably say vacancy. I do have some spray, and if I absolutely had to, if it was a long term, I'd probably bathe them myself. But I would tell the client, "Hey, I gave your dog a bath."
Yeah.
Probably charge them for it, but you know, that's doable.
Perfect. I like that. Yeah. Reserve the right to bathe and give
That's
bikini
right.
waxes and manscape, right?
Right. And
As
charge
needed.
client as needed.
Exactly. Exactly right.